What I am kneeling beside is a baby Dicksonia antarctica. This is second of my tree ferns here. I have a third one over there, and this one I planted last year. So it's been in the ground about a year now, and it's doing really well. It's pushing out some nice fronds, and this is growing on the northeast side of my house. So this is a small Tasmanian tree fern. The large one I have on the alcove on the other side of my house has about 58 inches of trunk, and this is what they start off at, just small, and they are evergreen here. It's very sheltered in this upper garden here, one of the most mildest areas in my property, and I always situate plants, especially the most marginal ones, in the mildest areas of the garden, so they always seem to flourish, and they get as least amount of frost as possible. Even on the coldest days, the minimum temperatures here are not as bad as the lower part of the property, and I have temperature probes. I have a temperature probe set up here, temperature there, and there, and I got one over there too, and the bananas are right beside me as well. So this is what a small Tasmanian tree fern looks like, and I put pine needles around the trunk and in the inner crown just to protect it for the winter. The temperatures here this winter weren't that cold. -4 degrees Celsius was the extreme minimum temperature, and that happened on January 18th, and we also had about 3 inches of snow on that day, so winter was very short-lived here, and usually they are anyway. So this is actually a native western, it's not a western, a sword fern. Well, western sword fern growing there. So these are the nice fronds, and this is going to turn into a big plant one day, but Dicksonia antarctica, Tasmanian tree ferns, are very slow growers in this climate, about 1 inch a year in the trunk. So it's going to be years before it gets really big, but you know, over time, and even in a few years, these fronds are going to stretch. So I have the idea of I envision the jungle here going right up the side of our house, so it does stretch about halfway up the side of the house here. So I'll grab the camera and I'll show you what it looks like close up, and then you can see the fronds coming from inside here, and there's a lot of fronds coming out on this one. It's a very healthy specimen. My friend gave me this one last year, and I do have another one beside it. I will show you in a minute, a smaller one, and I've had it for a couple of years, and I just planted that one not that long ago, so it's doing very well too. So there it is, baby tree fern. There's the crown. You can see the fronds. There's one unfurling right here. That's the crown of it. Okay. And here's another one here. I could remove some of the mulch. I got some pine needles. Pine needles are really good for protection, these little tree ferns. Just give it enough protection to stop the crown from freezing, but we're not going to get any more frost here. We're done with frost here on the north end of the island, at least in this spot anyway. So there's another Dicksonia antarctica. There's the bananas coming right there. So anyway, they are beautiful plants, one of my favorites. Tasmanian tree fern here, the north end of Salt Spring Island. It's April 4th today, 2012.